Hey everyone, this is Phil, and in this video I will show you guys how to pronounce various cube names and company names in Chinese. And this is actually the second time I'm doing this video. The first time went pretty well, except a few users pointed out that I had made a mistake in one of the pronunciations in the video. So this video version 2 will be a correction of that. And so hopefully it'll reflect completely accurate information. I apologize to all the 562 people that viewed the first video and got the incorrect information. So hopefully this will be accurate. Anyway, because that video is no longer public, I will make my introduction to the Chinese language one more time. And this is not actually how Chinese is written out in China. This is Pinyin, which is largely an educational tool used to educate people on how to pronounce Chinese using English letters. So in Chinese, it's more symbol-like, the characters. So there are 4 ways to pronounce one thing. One thing is the DA. In English, we just say DA, and we'd probably say da or da. Not too much of a difference, but in Chinese there are 4 ways to say it, and they all have different meanings. So if you just see pinyin without a tone, you can't actually pronounce it. So if you just see DA like this, you will have no clue what this is. And so you need the tone in order to guide you on how to pronounce the words. So there are 4 different tones, and each tone shows you how to change or manipulate the pitch of your enunciation of the vowel. So in this case, our vowel is A, and in this word here, the line is straight, and this shows you that you have to keep the enunciation of the vowel as a straight, unchanging pitch. So this would be da, as if you're just saying ah, if you're opening your mouth at a doctor's office or something. This one has the line going up like this, and this shows you have to increase or heighten the pitch as you enunciate the A. So in Chinese, it would be da, kind of like if someone knocks on your door and you say hello, and the hello gets kind of like a pitch inflation at the end. This is the same idea, da. And over here, this is da. The pitch goes down and then back up in this inverted caret kind of symbol here, da. And this one, if you want to practice it, you have to say it slowly because it does involve one pitch change going down and another going up. And of course, when you speak Chinese really fast, sometimes this pitch gets kind of unclear. So you have to, when you practice it, get really clear with the this pitch. And the last one is the line going down. It's da, da, instead of just da, right? Da. And of course, these all have different meanings. So, for example, da means to build or to construct. Da means to answer or an answer. It can be a verb or a noun. And this one, da, could mean to fight. And this da is, one common meaning is big. And so if you see just the words Dian, like if you're on a cubing website and you just see Dian Zanchi, you don't actually know which da it is because it doesn't have a tone. It's actually this one, but of course our English keyboards don't allow us to type tones in, so you just see the DA and you kind of have to guess how it's pronounced. So these words actually have the tones, and the words are actually in Chinese, they're expressed in characters. So if you just Google something in Chinese, you'll see a bunch of characters that fit nicely into these square tiles, and those characters are usually mapped to a certain pronunciation. Some characters have multiple pronunciations, and you kind of have to infer what the proper pronunciation is from the context. Usually it's pretty obvious, and if it's not, it's usually the butt of some joke. So this is generally how the tones work in Chinese. All of the cube names I'm going to show you will follow these rules. So let's get started with some actual cube names and company names. So this is our first one, and what I'm going to do is just say it in English just to show you guys the difference between the English and the Chinese pronunciation. So obviously this is a great company in our industry. It's Dian, or as people call it. In Chinese, it's pronounced Da Yan. So you can see the tones going down, Da Yan, instead of just Da Yan. Right, and this is the first 3x3 that they came out with. It didn't really gain that much traction, but it's still out there. In English, people would probably say Tai Yan. In English, Tai Yan. Chinese, Tai Yan. And this one is actually very different. This is a really good 3x3 that came out, and this is what really propelled Dian to the forefront of the cube business. In English, people would say gu hong because that's normal. In English, in Chinese, gu hong, and the gu has a very stagnant pitch, so it's not gu. It doesn't decay. It's gu hong. This is a nice 56 millimeter cube. There is a V1 and a V2. The V1 is now very rare, but we still make the V2. And in English, people probably say Ling Yun or Ling Yun, however they choose to pronounce the U in there. In Chinese, it's Ling Yun, so both tones going up. Over here is the Lun Hui or Lun Hoi, and that's what a normal English speaker would probably say. This is the first cube that came out with torpedoes. It was a revolutionary idea because a lot of other companies started doing it too. And it's now assumed that cubes have some sort of anti-popping mechanism, which is really nice. In Chinese, it's pronounced Lun Hui. And now this one's a really popular cube. World records have been set on this one. In English, people say Zanqi. Zanqi. And Chinese, it would be 展翅. And the reason why it sounds so different is because Chinese speakers, or at least mainland Chinese speakers, do something with the H. In other places or certain regions in China or Taiwan, they don't really enunciate the H, so it becomes 展翅. But in mainland China, they say 展翅. And the Z sound in Chinese, it's actually the same as in English. It's just Z, right? But if there's an H after the Z, it kind of sounds like a J. So it's instead of Z, it's J, 展翅. And this is the last one. This one, people really wanted it to be good, but unfortunately, there are mixed reviews on this one. In English, 偏shi, and in Chinese, 盘石. All right, so moving on to our next group of cubes. This is Mo Yu in English. Mo Yu is quite a recent brand of cubes. They make really nice products. In Chinese, it's pronounced Mo Yu. Mo Yu. And this is their 2x2 that is quite new. In English, Ling Po. In Chinese, Ling Po. And this one is the first 3x3 that they came out with in the public. In English, people would probably say Huan Ying. In Chinese, Huan Ying. And this one is now a really, really popular 3x3 used by many, many fast solvers. In Chinese, it's very different. In English, it's way long. Like I've been waiting way too long. People make those jokes a lot, but in Chinese, it actually doesn't sound like way long at all. It's like way long, way long. And this one is a 4x4 that came out. In English, Wei Su. In Chinese, Wei Su. And here's another brand, and actually it's associated with Mo Yu, YJ Yongjun. So YJ, that's what YJ stands for. And their first 3x3 that bust out in the competitive market, at least. I know YJs have been out there for quite a long time, but this one is what caught the public's attention. Su Long in English, Su Long in Chinese. And of course, this is their new 3x3 that came out, Qi Long in English, Chi Long in Chinese. All right, so here are some random cube manufacturers, and I guess this one here, this is a specific cube, but this brand only has one cube so far. And in English, Feng Shi Shuang Ren is what a reasonable English speaker would say. In Chinese, Fang Shi Shuang Ren. You hear the fang and the shuang, the rhyme and the first tone. The flat tone is really obvious, and the shi and the ren have like a kind of a downward kind of feeling to it. So fang shi shuang ren. This one is the company that makes awesome big cubes, Shengshou. In English, Sheng Xiao. Shengshou. This is the maker of the ginormous 11 by 11. I don't know how English speakers would actually approach this because I don't think this really exists. Maybe Yuxin or something like that. The X pronunciation in Chinese is very different from the X in English. The X kind of sounds like a thin S, but not really. At the same time, it's a really unique sound. It's xin, yu xin, kind of like that. Yu xin. And this one, DianSheng, DianSheng. DianSheng, DianSheng. And this one, Lan. So it's the same, Lan. Alright, so that's pretty much it. When more cubes come out, I will add them to the list and perhaps make a more professional video, maybe with a PowerPoint and without the initial guide to pronunciation, or perhaps just make it shorter just as a reminder. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or if you want to dispute any of the pronunciations, which was what happened in the previous video, and I'm really grateful for that, so we can all get the correct and accurate information, because that's what a tutorial is all about. So thank you again for watching, and see you in the next video.